Hey everyone, it feels like a really long time since I have shared with you, and I want to thank you for your patience and all your kindness as I have taken a bit of a summer break for myself and really, gone on some vacations and spent some awesome time with my kids. So thank you very much. And, now school's back in and it's time to get busy with astrology. So welcome, welcome. It's exciting. I just got back from the NCGR conference, which is an astrology conference in Baltimore, and it was so cool to just be able to spend some time there and be amongst people who speak my language. So if you have a language of your own that you speak, in some rights you can understand that, like really coming together as a group. So it has been very busy energetically. It's amazing. We have so many energies coming together and at play in a very short amount of time. So what we have going on is we have a lot of Virgo energy, and that started, a while ago. It started mid-August, 18th, 19th of August, when we had Mars go into Virgo, okay? And then after that, we had the Sun, Venus, and Mercury. And what does that mean? I mean, that's astrobabble to you, right? So what that means is we have a bunch of planets who put off a different type of energy in a certain part of the sky, all conversing together. Not only are they conversing together in that part of the sky, which brings its own energy, it's a Virgo energy, they are speaking to every single other planet, including Chiron and each other, as they move through here. And the nodes, So it's a lot. I feel like sometimes we go through these times when there's not a lot going on. There's only one or two things. And then we hit these weeks where bum, 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 bum. And it's like that. It's like, it's like a sprinkler, if you have those sprinklers that go, that's what it is. And it's hitting this, and then it's hitting this, and then we're hitting this. There's not a break, because as one energy is coming into fruition and changing and stopping, another one has been building. So let's talk about Virgo. Virgo is a very awesome, interesting sign. I believe, in my, own opinion, that every sign, planet, all of them have a lower and a higher part of us, a part that we can just be reactionary and then take that part and use it for good in our life. And so it's where we are on the gambit of that. So some of the, I don't want to say lower as like it's a bad thing, because all of them are both good and bad. They all work together. And I don't even like saying good or bad, right? It's like, are we taking this energy to work for us, or are we being reactionary? And we have both in our lives, and both are okay. We take those reactionary times to learn from, to move us towards co-creating our own destiny when we understand what's at play. Also, reactionary times, we need those. Those are called instincts as well. We need our instincts many, many times just to get us out of really crappy situations. Or even good situations. It's like, okay, let me hurry and go talk to that person. And that person gives us an in into something we've been trying to accomplish in our lives. Okay. Or even like, I'm getting a really bad feeling here, or like a yucky feeling inside. So my instinct's telling me to run. We need those. They're street smarts, right? Intuition is also instinct. So let's not take these words and define them as one or another. They're always both. So Virgo. I love Virgo. I was married to a Virgo for 15 years. And then he passed away. But so they are they like to really research, almost to the point of neuroses and perfectionism, and not even almost sometimes. And so we want to research. We want to make sure we're good at things. We want to, it's when we hit that neuroses maybe, that, or neurosis, am I saying that right? I don't even know. That we want to stop and understand what we're doing. Virgos can be really anal, and they can want to do something over and over and over and over again until they think they've perfected it. Yet they're their own judge. So are they ever going to be perfect at something? No. You know, when we are our own judge, it doesn't matter what other people are telling us, that like we're doing a great job, not doing a great job, or it's looking good, whatever, we're still judging ourselves. So a good thing, they will put in the work. They put that work in, that energy. I'm not only talking about Virgo suns, okay? We all have Virgo in us somewhere. So we put that work in. Everyone in that part of life, that Virgo is a big part of your life, you're putting work in. You're making sure you're pushing yourself. You're asking yourself those questions. Sometimes it can be a little wishy-washy and flip, but at the same time, it also understands when something isn't working and how to veer, how to find a different option. It will go and go and go until it hits this boundary, and then it finally gets it. I need to look somewhere else, or I need to veer, because there are always different options, right? If you are in a situation in your life where you feel like you only have one option or even two options, that's not right. There are always many, many, many different ways to come at a solution. So if you're looking for a solution and you're feeling that perfectionist, just remember that. Remember, okay, here are like what's conventional is really at play here as well in all of these energies in the sky. So we are looking at things traditionally and also trying to let those go. So it may be a time when you say to yourself, okay, here's a situation. It's A or B. Oh, these are both really the traditional or conventional or even the dogmatic ways to look at this. Let me come over here. Let me throw something out over here. Let me feel into my feelings and understand what to shed, and then move in this direction. So there's that. Let me give you an example about Virgo. So I mentioned that my husband was a Virgo. So we had like a 2 and 3 year old kids, just to give you an idea of how this can get a little neurotic. And we had to buy them beds because I was expecting my 3rd child, and we decided to buy them mattresses, right? So my husband went, I swear, to every mattress store within a 60-mile radius to find the best mattress. He became an expert on mattresses. He wanted to get the best deal. He wanted to work for the status of knowing mattresses. He became that expert, but almost to the point of neurosis. Like, these guys are 2 and 3. Who cares? Just buy a mattress, which is where I got. But if you feel yourself, like, take a breath now. Take a stop. Push pause. Say to yourself, where am I doing that in my life? Now, there is probably quite a few different places you're doing that in, because all of these planets, all of these energies in this specific part of the sky are talking to different places. Their energies are coming together with different energies in different places of the sky, right? So I know that's really confusing, but what that means is that different parts of your life are coming into play with this. So today, even as I speak, it may feel like you have like this wall in front of you that you can't push through. And if you can stop and take a lot of these thoughts going through your mind. Like, stop and think, what am I starting to obsess on? What am I starting to think has to be the most perfect ever? And then decide to integrate all that information. One of the awesome, the upper vibrational, the let's work with my life characteristics that's going on right now is integration. Integration. Integrate in what works and excrete out what doesn't. If you think about any Virgos you know really well, they are good at taking in what matters when it really gets down to it and excreting, letting go of everything else. So I would really say, take a look at that right now. Take a look at maybe, like, I can even feel the energy. It's like, bzzz, feels like a wall and starting to spin. You know, like I can't push forward. I don't know what to do. And I'm starting to spin. That's happening today. And it will grow more and more. It's Friday. So in my time zone, Mountain time zone, that will start to grow until tonight. And then tomorrow we may go to bed feeling this, you know, this spin, this I've got to get it right. I've got to figure this out. And then wake up tomorrow like, oh, you know, I know what it is. Because our minds are trying to catch up, okay? Mercury has been moving fast. That's our mind. It's catch-up time. Mercury's in catch-up time. He came into Virgo last, and he has taken over the lead spot. Has he taken over? I think so. Yes. So he is now in first place. So that's how fast he's moving. All right, so this is catch-up time, but it's also a lot of information coming in time. So we need to ground. We want to ground. You know, maybe some of these things that we wake up with tomorrow morning is like our brain just kind of needing a break. It may be a bit illusionary, but if you can ground and make sure you don't spin, you integrate and spit out what isn't working for you, you could really find some solutions that may work good for you. Now, this isn't going to be over. It is like in a matter of a month that everything talks to each other, right? Everything is hitting and going and with this energy. It started on the 17th, 18th of August, and it goes through the 14th of September. So we're not out yet. But as we understand what's going on, and we may feel ourselves doing this a lot. Well, I'm going to go this. Well, I think this. Well, I think that. Then we can understand that maybe it's time to just take a step back a little bit and take in the information because it's coming at us lightning speed. Like I said, that sprinkler. And it can feel like overload. So what happens tomorrow could be a little illusionary, could not, depending on if you're able to sit and ground. So if you feel like you're not very grounded, take a time to sit down, like put your feet in the grass, take a bath. I don't know what grounds you. So what grounds me is cardio. You know, everyone wants to talk about yoga. Not me. I can take a real breath and do cardio and feel like I'm catching up, that it's okay for me. So take some time, figure out what grounds you. You know, if you want to play around with your tarot cards or your pendulums, or, you know, if you use those things, do it. It's a great time for that as well. Just understand that we're in the middle of a season, right? We always hear everything has a season. Well, this is Virgo season, and this Virgo season is amped up. It's not usually like this, okay? And we're heading into a full moon next week that is amped up with a lot of these energies moving and changing. So keep that in mind. So the advice I would give you for this week is realize when you are spinning into that perfectionism, which there's nothing wrong with really wanting to do something well or look at something with all the angles, all of that. I'm talking about the neurosis where you're just like, feel like you're spinning, and instead of really coming at it with practical action, you are coming at it with more of a panic. Realize when that's going on and take a deep breath, take some time to ground, integrate the information you're getting, spit out the rest, excrete it, let it go. And then really, like, the biggest piece I'm going to give you is this. If you are finding yourself in situations that you have been hit with this year before, things where you feel like, oh, like you can recognize you're doing a pattern of behavior that you've kind of fallen in with throughout this year or throughout your life, or however long. It's a pattern of a way that you act, maybe something that scares you, or you don't really know if you can change. My biggest piece of advice would be flip it. Do the opposite of what you normally do and see what that brings you. I'm not saying it's going to bring you what you want. I'm saying you'll get more information. You'll be able to see things differently. Just with that flip, go to the extreme opposite. How you usually react, go to the opposite. I'm not saying do anything crazy, right? I'm just saying be able to understand what you're doing, look at it. When you feel that spin, maybe take some time this weekend and be like, whoa, am I spinning? Whoa, am I spinning? And then go from there. Like, oh, how can I flip this? I'm just going to flip this. So look for maybe some non-conventional or traditional solutions and flip it. So if you usually stay in something, maybe flip out of it. If you usually flip out of situations, flip into it. Do something like that. We're not done with this energy yet. We're not. It's still going. And next week's going to be bam. There will be things we're letting go of. We're being asked to emotionally bring things in while we are practically letting things go. Emotions and practical. Okay. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.